Good evening MR-C-REES, emoji thumbs up.
Mate, what is up with your mic? It sounds like a dishwasher. I can't hear you, mate. Nah, man.
Let's go the boys, and girls and any gender fluid, non-binary people out there.
Right, hello to the people that have said hello in chat. I wasn't ignoring you, I was just sorting some stuff out. How's it going? Welcome to round 10 of
LOL. We can't hear CDM. Hello.
To Monaco for round 10 of OBF1 Championship. CDM, has you fixed your mic? Right, that sounds somewhat better. Mate, what was up with that last mic? Jesus Christ. Why have you stamped on your mic? No, they
Still
don't.
Can't hear him.
CDM, make sure your voice is being shared in chat, please. So
Sharing settings.
Let's just go to the sharing settings, mate.
Hello from Mosher's fan club in Dublin.
Marsha's fan club in the house. How's it going? We will get underway in just under 2 minutes. We're just setting up YouTube. And well, I'm setting up YouTube, okay? Because you're too incapable of doing it. So we got Monaco tonight again, only a short showing, but still got.
Come on, Invader. Old racing partner.
I need to. I know, but we're not even readying up yet, so we've got 2 minutes. Pete, give us an update. Can you hear CDM now? Before we start. He couldn't. I don't know if he can now. Marshall is saying, "Come on, Invader." Let me close this window because now it's freezing. CDM, what's going on, mate? Oh, maybe it's my settings. Hold on. Start. Where's my party settings, mate? It's not going to be in there, is it? So, Give me 2 seconds. Party. Go to party screen. It was your settings, is it? Always. Yeah, it's definitely yours. Right. Give a chat. See if chat can hear us.
Yeah, they should be able
to. Someone give us an update, please. CDM, start singing, mate.
I'm not gonna start singing.
Start singing for them.
That's only on Thursday nights, mate.
Well, we're not here Thursday night, so come on, man.
Exactly.
CDM say monkeys. Yay.
Say monkey. Just say monkey.
We can hear it.
Monkey.
Right, there was no need for that, but someone just told me to make you say it. They can hear you now, so we can get underway. We can start dead on time for Monaco. It will be a night race because it just looks better.
First time we've ever started on dead on time.
No, we started on time last week as well.
Oh, we're near last week, so that don't count.
No, I know.
Can hear you blah blah blah.
You're only here so we could get you to race in tier 1.
Oh god, what?
Jim told me the message you're asking to do comms to tier 2 for me so we can get you to race in tier 1.
What? That's... might be the smartest thing he's done.
Yeah, to be honest, mate, it's better for me as well, so
yeah,
it somewhat helps in the chat. So yeah, so night race around Monaco.
Did you listen to Sillet Bang yet?
Yes, that Sillet Bang remix is
CDM,
awesome.
have you just woke up?
CDM, chat's asking, have you just woke up?
pretty much.
There's your answer, Pete.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you, CDM, have you listened to that Sillet Bang techno rave mix?
No.
You gotta do it. Don't do it now, but when you got time, listen to it. It is sick. Me and Jim listened to it the other day.
Do we know if there's going to be any rain on the race yet?
No one said in chat if there's any rain, but we
He
do
even
know.
smoking the Reeves smile.
We're unaware if there's rain, but we do know there's walls. A lot of walls.
Trust me, I know that.
How's your practice been going? Still got past tier 1 yet?
No rain
I made
forecast.
it to the casino section on one run, and then all the others I still haven't made it past turn 1.
Still not past turn 1.
Still not past turn 1.
No rain. That song is our 2-player theme song.
And when I actually make it past turn 1, even though I've smashed the wall, through the casino section my car just wants to slide, like there's no grip. But I don't know if that's too much power or just the setup I'm running, but I've tried different setups, so yeah, I don't know.
Maybe try my setup. My setup's like built specifically for grip around Monaco.
Okay,
So,
I'll try yours.
We got a few cars out on track now.
Yeah.
I've had an update from the chat as well. There is no rain forecast for tonight. That would have mixed it up a lot. It would have been fun to see. But at the minute, Truck Fireman, not making his debut, but I think he's making his debut for this season. I don't think he's actually raced this season at all yet. Obviously, being a reserve driver, as he's currently a fireman in the US, hence the name. Let's see what he can do around Monaco. He's managed to get past turn 1 and the casino, so he's doing better than you so far.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Pretty much everyone's out.
Super Calgon has.
Apart from Pete, everyone's out apart from Pete.
Pete is coming out of the pit right now, but
everyone.
So Super Calgon overtook
Hello,
Truck Fireman.
guys.
How's it going, Cons?
Wow.
Hope you enjoyed the stream, but obviously Truck letting Super Calgon go first, so we're right on board with Super Calgon for the first lap of qualifying here in Monaco.
And he's on the mediums.
He is starting on the mediums, but obviously it's 15 minutes left. It's probably just a slow banker lap. Let's hope that the Mercedes of Pistol Racing can get out of the way nicely for him. And Let's hope he avoids all kind of contact with the wall.
That's one thing around this track is the traffic.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult to set a proper lap with all this traffic.
See, if I was Super Calgon there, I would have been pretty annoyed at Pete on that one because I like to avoid that bump. I don't like to go over it, unsettles the car. So,
it does, but on this circuit, there's not much Pete could have done to get out of the way, so Pete done a decent job of keeping out of the way.
An awkward position getting caught though.
That is, so you can't really complain. You got out of the way. This turn, very tricky to actually get right. Especially if you clip that rear wheel on the wall there, that sends you into a spin.
Yeah. On that exit, you want to sort of straight line it, but turn at the last second before you hit the wall. Get
Yes.
ultimate acceleration, but then you don't want to straight line it too much and run into the wall.
Yeah, that's true. Super Calgon
He
losing
spins it.
That's another corner that's difficult to get right because it is very slow, and you've got to go slower than you would.
As Pete starts his lap, who's going to come? Truck fireman's in the wall.
Truck fireman's put his car on the wall. That's going to slow his drivers behind him down.
James comes around the last corner to set a lap. What's he going to set? It's going to be a slow one. He must have made a slight mistake.
It's probably
118.
118. Who else is coming around? Anybody else?
114 for Sanchez and a 116 for Cano. Neil takes it 112.9.
There's a lot of drivers pitting at the minute, so I'm assuming they've got some sort of wing damage.
Yes, especially for Calgon and Fireman.
Well, we know Fireman definitely got some wing damage. Calgon, I think I seen clip the wall as you were talking. Mosh currently going to come across the line. Not many people getting into the 111s.
114.5 on the mediums. That's not too bad.
He's put himself in P3. He's ahead of Kenna, Neil Moser. No, Sanchez, no. And Bill just crossing the line. Puts Mosh in P4.
Pete's invalidated. It's all about gaining that confidence around this track. You want to slowly build up your lap time, but you don't want to go over that mark to where you'll push too hard and end up in the wall.
Yeah, that's true. You push too hard, then you're going into a wall. You've just got to get it right.
Yeah.
Turn 1, exceptionally hard on track limits.
James breaks into the 111s.
So we got our first 111s. My current best time around Monaco is something like a 10.6. 1 minute 10.6.
Mine's a 110.9, I believe.
But obviously, time trial doesn't really matter on this because the track conditions here are going to be totally different to a time trial. And the tyre conditions as well. You've got to get these tyres in a nice window. You don't want too much slip, and it's easy to get way little traction, coming out of some of these corners, especially this turn here. If you get this one too much throttle here, you're going into a wall.
Are we both on board with Pete or something? I don't know what corner you're at.
Yeah, we're both on board with Pete.
Okay, yeah.
So you know what corner he's at.
Yeah.
In TT mine is 109, but today I am 3/10 off so far, haha.
Jim's currently 3/10 off his best time on time trial. But we all know Jim's a sweat setting a 109.5. Pete sets a 113. Yeah. He puts his Mercedes in P4, so Mercedes got a 2 and 4th at the minute. 10 minutes left or so of qualifying. Well, 11 minutes, but it's close to 10, so we'll say 10.
Super Calgon's on the lap. Just started it.
Do you know what we say about Calgon?
What?
Washing machines last longer with Calgon.
Sometimes.
He takes it quite wide going through there, though. He still hasn't set a lap, so he wants to take it nice and easy. Obviously, he got a wing damage on his first lap. So he pit for a new wing. Obviously, I think we're going to see quite a bit of that tonight, possibly. If these drivers can't get to grips with the circuit in the 18 minutes for qualifying. Hello to you, those of you just tuning in. If you haven't already...
He's invalidated.
You must subscribe, or Super Calgon won't be able to set a valid lap time. Also, because it makes us feel wanted. Well, it makes CDM feel wanted. We'll drop the hashtag ban CDM if we get a like on this video.
There is a like.
Another like.
You're never gonna drop that, let's be honest.
Nah, it's just too funny.
Although you did stop editing it.
I haven't edited in a while because I had to change my setup. But I got a new PC. I haven't got editing software for it yet. I got dual monitors now, mate. Dual monitors set up now.
Look at you.
I know, mate.
Really leveling up.
I am, mate. I am. I've got the Discord on one monitor and I got YouTube comments on the other. As truck fireman comes around the last corner, messes up that last corner. He's gonna lose a lot of time. He's gonna be P18 after he sets this lap. He's got about 5
Invader's
seconds.
coming round the penultimate corners.
Invader, one of the quicker drivers. Invader, one of the quicker drivers in Tier 2. Is he going to be able to put his hat on pole? He isn't. He goes P3. James still sitting pretty comfortable, I'd say.
Yeah.
Well, he's not that comfortable. He's got Kenna.
3060 is really good for a dual
I believe
monitors.
Neil's just started a lap as well.
3060 is really good for dual monitors. 3060 was out of my price range when I got my graphics card and that. I got a 3050.
Super Cal gone out of nowhere though. Oh, and a 111.6 to put himself onto provisional pole.
So Super Calgon finally finds his groove, sets finally a valid lap time. And he's the quickest out there so far. Looks for a good spot. At the start of the race, obviously the track's still getting more green as we go through qualifying, which means it will get quicker and quicker. Can anyone breach the 110s?
Oh, Neil navigating those corners beautifully.
He's set up purple sector 2 as well. He's 1.3 up on his previous lap. Is he going to be able to take this McLaren on pole and have a McLaren 1-2?
Smoother than a baby seal, let me tell you that.
I'm glad you said a baby. He hasn't breached the 110, but he has put that McLaren on pole. It is currently a McLaren 1-3.
111.3.
We got James coming back out now. We've got a Ferrari or an Alfa Romeo that has stopped on track. There's truck fireman. He's gone into a wall and lost his wing. Let's hope nobody runs over his wing to get a puncture.
Pete on an out lap.
Sanchez.
Ken is on a lap. He's 3 tenths up.
So he stayed in second there and then shifted down late to first. I normally shift down first to first for the rotation and then second for the grip out of there.
Well, I don't know yet. I haven't made it to this part of the track.
Oh, Ken looking very loose then coming through the tunnel section on that little bit of camber.
Bit of traffic for Kenna and James.
McLaren stays out the way nicely. Neil stays out the way there. Coming through these couple of corners here, invalidates it. Truck fireman getting in the way as well. Obviously, he's struggling with no wing.
Is James going to catch his teammate? He's going to catch Fireman, but Fireman gets in the way.
What is he doing, mate?
James, obviously his wing got damaged there. I'd be fuming, I'm not going to lie.
We might see that in the incident reports later as well, because truck fireman was going exceptionally slow around them last
Didn't
couple
even
of corners.
making an attempt to get out the way there.
Neil Moser happy with his time. He's retiring.
Oh, James has to wait for his teammate to be wheeled in as well.
That's going to slow him down a bit, but I don't think he's going to be too
He's
worried.
got plenty of time.
There's still 6 minutes left.
Yeah. I'm surprised Neil's retired.
I am, but I think he's comfortable where he is. I think
on board with Pete. Where's this going to put him? Is it going to improve his time? It is, but not enough to change position.
As we got his teammate Kenna now coming through sector 2, just starting sector 3. He clips the wall, but I don't think it was enough for wing damage. He is 6 tenths up on
his wings, looking alright.
On his best time. He's set the best sector 2 time as well. Takes it a little bit deep.
I want better the time. Emoji rolling on the floor laughing. I could feel my heart rate rising getting through the middle sector then. Emoji rolling on the floor laughing.
Putting him into P2.
So he's done a quick lap. He's done a good lap to get onto this. Still on the first row of the grid, but he hasn't beat Neil Moser's of a 1:11.3. Speaking of Neil Moser, he said he won't better his time. You can feel his heart rate rising through the middle sector. So he thinks that's the best lap he can achieve so far. You never know.
Hope nobody improves.
He better not. Pete currently down on his time, I think, if that graphics was correct.
He is.
But can he improve through these last couple of corners, through the final corner?
1.5 temps up on his time, and he's on the mediums.
Pete's down on his time. Pete wants to quickly dive into the pits, put some new tyres on if he wants to improve from P7.
Happy with his time, he's retired.
So Nobby actually retiring from colliding with a wall. Obviously Marcus is going to be happy if he sees a safety car tonight, because it is the Aston Martin.
Ken is round.
That lap's quicker than my time trial time. Emoji man face palming. Emoji rolling on the floor laughing.
Mosh is nearly 7 temps up on his lap. Oh no, now he's at 1.3 temps down.
So based on what we've seen so far, obviously we got a gist of the final starting order for the race. Who do you think is going to come out and win this race?
If they can keep their wings and keep the pace, it's going to be a battle between the top 4.
Obviously, we've seen Neil win races. We've seen Kenna win races. Don't think we've seen Super Calgon win a race yet. I might be wrong there. And I think James has won one as well.
Yeah, got to.
As Pete comes in out of the pits now, he's stopped Kenna getting into the pits.
Mosher puts a 112.9, promoting him to P7 in front of Pete.
That's 0.8 faster than his previous best as well.
Yeah.
Is Mosher going to start?
I mean, we're looking at the top 4 here, but we cannot count out people like Invader and Sanchez and even Marsh and Pete sometimes. Like, if them lot can keep it solid, they keep their wings, don't make any mistakes, they've got a chance. If the front 4 start battling too hard and push each other into the walls, that could cause some opportunities for the back part of the field to come up.
Yeah, that's true. It's going to be interesting as well. See if there could be a little problem with Truck as well. But we've already seen he's already caused one issue in qualifying with James.
Indeed.
Obviously, there was not much he could have done, but he could have still done more to get out of the way. But there's a fact of someone's probably going to DNF and cause a safety car.
Sanchez is 5 temps up on his lap.
Is he going to put it on pole?
He needs to gain a lot through this last sector if he wants to. It's going to jump him up a couple of positions though.
Has he got the grip out of that last corner to put him higher
and
up?
It does, it jumps him up into P3, 111.6.
James
is he going
as well.
again?
James currently on his lap as well. He's set purple sector 1.
Oh yeah, about a 10th up.
So can he get that position back off Sanchez, or can he even get higher and beat Kenna to P2?
Neil mentions that lap's quicker than his time trial one.
Oh, James is valid.
Yeah.
He's still got enough tyre wear. He can do one more. He can afford one more lap.
Does he have the fuel?
That is the question. He doesn't have the ERS either, so
Ken is gonna want to get a wiggle on if he wants to.
If James has the fuel, he can coast around this lap just to gain that ERS back and push on the last lap. He's got enough time to do it with a couple of seconds to spare.
He's made it. Looks like he's going again.
Truck fireman is in a wall again, but still finishing the lap even though it's invalid. It doesn't like he's got any wing damage from that wall collision, but there is a car behind him. That is Pete, who's starting his out lap. He's going to want to hope that the truck doesn't get away. Pete invalidates.
No. Fireman, he's on the lap as well, I think.
Fireman is on a lap, but he is struggling a lot as he collides with the wall.
That's what I keep doing, getting really light for
Yeah, I find the best solution for me personally is I shift on the third and keep the revs high.
Lower gear. Yeah, I'll try that.
But that's only when I'm heavy on fuel, so otherwise I use fourth and use barely any throttle.
Oh, is Kenner gonna catch Sanchez? They're both on laps, so they're gonna not yield.
Truck fireman still
Is
on a valid lap.
Sanchez gonna affect Kenner? Oh no, Sanchez is not on the lap, it looks like. He's backed out. He's not in the way of Kenner. Kenner's still on his lap though. Or is he?
Truck fireman taking a very deep collides with the wall again.
Kenner's pretty much matching his sectors.
So that is the end of qualifying. Few drivers have finished. Truck finished a second up on his best lap time, but it wasn't enough to put him anywhere higher. He's still in P10. Kenner has now finished qualifying. Pete 5 seconds
James,
up.
two temps up for James.
Pete has just set a purple sector 1. Let's see, it's gonna be interesting to see what Pete can do on
Pete.
this lap.
Oh, he gets a big slide out of that corner there.
It's gonna slow him down a little bit.
Indeed.
We're
James navigating them well.
Coming through the tunnel section now. Can he break 100 meters? Obviously, you want to start turning at the start of that sponsor board on the right for the best line. He climbs through the
James
wall.
invalidates. He's got wing damage. Is he going to get in the way of Pete? Pete hits the wall as well, though. It's not enough to cause him wing damage, but it is enough to make him off track and invalidate. This is our grid. Neil was a pole position with a 1:11.345.
So that is the grid for the start of the 10th round of OBF1 Tier 2. Neil Moser takes pole with a 1:11.345. Kenner P2, Sanchez P3, James P4, Super Calgon P5, Invader P6, Mosh P7, Pistol Racing 8th, Unbuild Bump 9th, and Truck Fireman in 10th. Obviously, it's a bit disappointing to see that we don't have all our drivers here tonight, but we've still got some at least that actually turned up, so...
The brave few.
Could never hook up my chicane when on a lap sad.
Yeah, Peter said that he couldn't hook up the chicane when on a lap. That's alright, you got P8, just stay out of trouble in turn 1 and do a wonders in the pit strategy, I suppose, because it's going to be very difficult to overtake around this circuit.
The two Alfa Romeos though, at the back.
So one starting on the mediums, he's going to go longer than the ones on soft. Maybe he's hoping he's going to get ahead of them and pull enough of a gap so that they can't catch up when he's on the worn tires. If I could speak English, that'd help. Jesus,
it's a struggle for you.
It is. So it's going to be interesting now that we've seen the grid. It's going to be interesting to see if these top 4 can keep their top 4 positions, or who can get the win, to be honest, because it's going to be a difficult 39 lap race, one of the longest 50% races on the calendar.
Oh my days, we're going to be here for hours.
Around the hardest track there is to offer.
Indeed.
Who do you think is going to come out on top?
It's got to be the favourite for this has got to be Neil, surely.
You would say that, but Neil still has to get that pit strategy right. He needs to. Well, he's got to get that right, and he's got to avoid the wall.
If he has track position, though, if he gets his track position,
if he does, it is, and we've got the 5 red lights, and we are away for round 10. Neil has got a brilliant start off the line. Ken is struggling. He's dropped a few positions. We're going to keep an eye on the
Calgon gets the jump on James.
That was a great start there for Calgon, and Neil though is flying.
Mosh is up a position.
We've got a few drivers who jumped up. Truck managing to get past his teammate as well, who has more race time.
Sanchez jumped Kenner, yeah.
So there's a lot of changes to the field, to be honest. You got Neil has kept P1, Sanchez is up 1, Ken has lost 1, Super Calgon's up 1. James down 1. Mosh up 1. Invader down 1. Pete has stayed where he is in P8. Truck Fireman's up 1. And Unbuild is down 1. And obviously, we've got all our drivers. Kenna getting past Sanchez.
Oh, is that?
So Kenna's back up to P2. And now we're on the chase for Neil. But Neil already 2 seconds ahead. So Neil looking really good. He's just got to keep calm, keep his head cool. And he could be on as we got a yellow flag.
Truck Fireman. He's missing an end plate.
Truck Fireman's missing an end plate. And we've got...
James is in the pits.
James... He didn't have damage, mind.
No, but yeah, there's a pen. No, not a penalty. But Truck Fireman does. Truck
Fireman speeding in the pit lane has now got a 5-second time penalty. They've both switched to mediums. So they are going to have to pit again because they can't get these mediums to the end. There's no way. I mean, I haven't done any tyre strategy practice, but there's no way you get mediums 37 laps.
But Invader clips the wall, not enough for wing damage. But he's on the hunt for Mosher.
Obviously, with damage being on standard, you've got to be careful that you don't get wing damage. Floor damage still possible to get as well, so you've got to be careful over the chicanes. You don't want to hit the chicane too much, but Super Calgon currently on the...
Invader gets and slide out of there.
So does Super Calgon. He got a massive slide on. I don't think he's got any damage. Doesn't look any.
Nope.
No, he
There's
doesn't.
the predicted strategy. You've got soft mediums or soft hards.
So we know what the strategy is. The gap has managed to form between most of the top 4. Second between them all, bar Kenna, who is 2 seconds behind Neil. Neil has got a fly-in start to this race. He could probably take it easy for him now, not push too hard and collide with a wall. Mosh getting very close to the wall there as Invader is on the chase. Mosh skims the wall again. Can he cope with this pressure?
Well, Invader getting very close to the wall now.
I think Mosh wants to try and catch Super Calgon as well for one of the top 4 positions. Mosh currently sitting in the top 5.
All this battling between Invader and Mosh has brought Pete into DRS range.
Pete's going to be thankful for that, because he wants to keep a close run on things. Obviously, we've got track limits on...
Drop him a bit now, yeah.
Yeah, that's that. Track Mosh, very under threat now from Invader. Is Invader going to try and make a move on the straight?
Ooh.
One of our only potential overtaking opportunities, but still even difficult to get it done there. As Mosh doesn't have DRS from Super Calgon, Invader can't make the move. Pete just staying comfy behind, staying out of trouble, and trying to make the most of this race. He said he wants points, but to get points you have to finish, even though there's still 10 drivers. This is going to be interesting to see how these drivers battle and manage to save their tyres enough to go longer, to pit later and get a better strategy.
Well, as I learned in my race yesterday, anything can happen from a bad situation. So people may be counting James out of this race. Or even Truck Fireman, you never know what can happen. Multiple safety cars could reel both of them easily back into the fight in the top 4.
Exactly, as we see Invader get a massive tank slapper in the tunnel as well. He's collided with the wall.
That, as I speak about it, James
didn't collide, did he? With a wall?
No, he must have caused something because he caused the yellow flag, but no damage, from what I can see.
Well, touchwood, obviously we could
Invader
have
dives
ghost
into
damage.
the pits, so does Super Calgon.
So
both Super Calgon for a wing change, does it look like? Invaders is also for a wing change.
So that
from
tank slapper
up 2 positions, he's going to be banking them.
He's going to be gassed with that. Obviously, Invader colliding with the wall in the tunnel obviously gave him damage. Now he's got to battle Super Calgon instead of Mosh. So now Pete's going to want to try and catch up.
Got some nice clean air in front of him.
He's got 2 seconds worth of air in front of him, clean air. Obviously that clean air is going to fall away as he gets closer and closer to the back of Mosh. Is that going to affect his race as well? Or is that going to, because obviously it's going to affect the handling of his car.
Indeed.
And his ability to race at the pace he is now. And maybe he'll get the potential opportunity to overtake as well. But the only place I can see an overtake happening tonight is at turn 1.
Or going into... Can't think of what the corner's called, but where Nico Rosberg did his thing. Going into that corner.
Yeah, that's another one. It's going to be difficult though, as Pete definitely just cut the track limit there a little bit, so he's going to have a warning for that. I think what's Invader got a penalty for? I didn't see that pop up.
Speed and pit lane, right?
No, it's track limits, 3-second penalty.
Oh.
So obviously at the chicane it's very easy to go over the track limits if you turn too early. Turn 1 is another dangerous spot for track limits. I think that's it really.
He is absolutely hunting Mosh down.
He is, but he's going to want to keep it calm though, as obviously got the potential of touching a wall, which he just did.
Chasing him like a rabid rabbit.
As they would say in Devon, apparently.
You know how it is.
As Mosh just collides with a wall coming through these the sequence of corners in Sector 3, sorry. Pete now right on the back. Within a second.
Mosh dives in.
Mosh has dived into the pit. Is that wing damage or is it a general pit stop?
Strategical play.
It's not wing damage, so it is a strategical play. Can he make these last mediums last to the end now?
The predicted strategy was your softs lasting about 12 laps for mediums.
So he has pitted very early.
Yeah, he's going to get jumped by Super Calgon, it looks like.
He does get jumped by Super Calgon, so Super Calgon now up to P8, obviously making an early pit stop due to damage.
James getting onto the back of Unbuild.
Invader, we can't count Invader out. I didn't realise, but he has pitted for the hards. So he is making them go to the end. You can do hards from like lap 2 to the end, but your tyres are going to be screaming, mate.
Yeah. James on Unbuild, passing him in the tunnel.
Looked like Unbuild pretty much let him pass, to be honest, there.
He didn't want to hold him up. They're playing different races at the moment.
Yeah, they've got their own races. Unbuild, I think, is just trying to stay out of trouble as well.
Just trying to finish.
Pete now got 9 seconds to catch on the top 3. Kenner as well, 3 seconds to Neil. So Neil's put out a massive gap in this race.
Sanchez starting to close that gap to Kenner now.
It's going to be interesting to see if he was playing the easy game at the start, just looking after his tyres, making them last the distance. Better than the others.
Jumping from 1.3 to 1.1. Looks like they're equal in each other in some sectors and then best in each other in others.
As we see them both coming out of the tunnel now. Sanchez was using his ERS through the tunnel. I don't know if Kenner was, but he might have been by the size of the gap. Still, it's 1.5 now, so...
Kenner is using more ERS though than Sanchez. Sanchez on 50%, Kenner on 40%. Pete still with 70% ERS.
There is, and we got a three-way battle for P6 in the tunnel at the minute. Unbuild, it's down by Super Calgon and Mosh. Obviously, looks like he's just getting out the way again. Super Calgon and Mosh both getting past him on that straight. I think Unbuild's strategy for this race, as we got a yellow flag at Sector 3, it's the McLaren. James has lost it. He's still in the race.
Wing damage. He's reset to track.
That was a reset to track. What was that, lap 9? Yeah, okay.
Indeed.
I'm just gonna quickly put that in the chat. I'm gonna still board with Mosh if you can commentate on that until I'm back. I'll put it in the steward chat. Nice commentating, mate.
Pardon?
Nice commentating. Possible.
Invader, the only one with a penalty currently.
So obviously Truck Fireman has pitted again, which means he's got rid of that 5-second time penalty for speeding as he served it in the pit. Still sitting pretty much last. He's about to be lapped by the leaders.
And Truck Fireman's round. No damage, but he was round.
So that means the leaders have pretty much passed him. Obviously he's going to have blue... Oh, there's a collision.
Oh,
Invader and
who's that?
Build.
I'm Build and Invader, yeah, indeed.
It doesn't look like there's any damage. None of them opted to dive into the pits, but...
Must have been put off by... Truck. Truck's out. He's retired in pit.
Truck has retired in the pit. He's a lap down. I don't think he could do much, to be honest. But...
Yeah, it's always a bit... I mean... I can understand why he's done it, like... Monaco, no battling, he's literally all on his own, lap down by lap 10 already, but... He would have got a point still.
He would have, obviously he's a reserve, but he could have still got a point for that Alfa Romeo team and helped them out a little bit, even though it's 1 point.
I can understand though, if he's gonna do it later as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Nobody wants to be doing 72 laps on... Or 78 laps, I mean... Of Monaco in one night.
Yeah, that's true.
Penalty.
They both got a penalty going over that chicane. Obviously, they're pushing their hardest. They're trying to make that position. And Build obviously trying to keep his position, and Invader obviously wants to get that position off him. He wants them points. Invader normally finishing higher up than P7 in P8 in the race, but he might have to settle for out of the top 5 tonight, depending on how the strategies work. But he's got past Bill now into turn 1, and now he's going to be on the hunt for Mosh. Mosh obviously 9 seconds ahead, and obviously he's going to jump some of these runners as well in pit strategy if they need to pit again. 2 seconds.
Right. Anyway, who's back there? Who's the closest? Mosher and Calgon. Closest on track at the moment, it looks like. Mosher slipping out of DRS though. Try and wind back into Calgon. But he sold enough dishwashers for some engine upgrades. So he's got that all in the back of that Alpine.
He's got the dishwasher boost. I had to clear my throat a second there. So Sanchez now coming out of the pit in P4, so Pete's got past him, 17 seconds of time penalties. It might be worth jumping into the pits now for Pete to potentially keep ahead of Sanchez. But obviously there's a 1.2 gap actually, so that won't work for Pete.
Kenner, penalty, 3 seconds.
So Kenner gets a 3-second time penalty. Obviously, I think he cut the chicane there for his third warning. But Neil Moser
is getting right up.
It might be worth Neil pitting next lap, as he's not pitting this lap.
Might get undercut from Sanchez if it's that powerful. Those fresh mediums.
He could, but he has... Well, Sanchez is what? Sanchez is 22 seconds behind Neil Moser. So he's going to want to
be really careful on this pit entry though, because of the speed limit.
That is true. Kenner pitting now.
Pit dives it in, yeah.
Pete also diving in. He's going to want to stick with Kenner.
As one goes in, one comes out.
Sanchez...
Mercedes should watch this. That's how you do a pit stop, lad.
Poor Valdry.
Oh, poor. Poor bloke.
That's what that pit stop made Valtteri Hotel for Romeo.
He was like, yeah, I can't be dealing with this.
Obviously, Neil, the only one to go 13 laps on these tyres.
He wants that track position, I'm telling you.
He does, but he might lose it if he doesn't pit this lap, because...
Kenna lost it to Sanchez by 1.5 seconds.
And Sanchez has now closed that 22-second gap up to 20 seconds. So, Sanchez is closing, and if Neil doesn't pit now, which he isn't, he could lose that position. I don't know what his plan is. Obviously, he wants the fresher tyres for longer.
Get a 3-second time penalty.
Sanchez sets the quickest Sector 2 time of the race so far. Who's going to get? And he's closed the gap to Neil up by 19 seconds. And Neil's tyres are very, very worn, and he's struggling as Sanchez has set the fastest lap. If that doesn't tell Neil to pit, I don't know what will. It's going to be... Obviously, Sanchez could... Neil could catch him up again after the pit. But the only problem is then he's got to try and overtake.
I was going to say catching's one thing, but...
Overtaking is another. Especially around Monaco. It's very difficult to do that. He could be hoping that there's a safety car. But how long is he going to wait for that safety car? Because the gap is now 18 seconds. He's closed another 2 seconds already. And he's going to be fighting with Kenna shortly as well, as Neil does dive into the pits. And he's going to put the mediums on. That's going to give Sanchez... Is that going to give Sanchez P2? Neil's out. It's going to be close.
Kenna and Sanchez just... Hold on, it is going to be close.
It's going to be very close. Neil's out of the pit.
They're going to get him.
They have got him. So Neil has lost
2 positions.
Neil has lost 2 positions, but obviously he's been quick around here tonight. We've seen that. So can he get them back? And more importantly, can he actually get past them? As it is going to be very difficult around here. Or is he going to settle for P3? Well, P2 if he can stay behind Kenna within that 3 seconds. Invader with 6 seconds of time penalties as well. So that's going to affect his race down in P6. Then pit stop. That early pit stop really didn't help him much going on to the hards. He's going to struggle against these medium tyres. That sounds like a dodgy noise in the background of whatever you're doing.
that was my keyboard. Anyway.
Yeah. My keyboard doesn't sound like that, mate. I'm concerned.
I've got a mechanical keyboard. Right.
So do I.
Well, mine's just a bit more mechanical then, I guess.
You need some oil for that, mate. Lube it up, like.
Now you're sounding weird.
It kind of looked like he's going to try and make a move around the outside of the casino section, but couldn't make it move. He lost a bit of time. James now with a 3-second time penalty, and he is in last on mediums, hard, sorry. So he's going to be quicker at the end of this race. Obviously, there's still a lot of laps left. There's more than half a race left still. 16 and 16, 36. I'll try to do maths here, alright? Leave me alone. Could do it out loud. Kenna, 4 tenths from the lead. Is he going to make a position up into that DRS? He's hit the wall. Kenna has hit the wall. He's out of ERS as well. His ERS light is flashing. It's either raining or his ERS light is out. And we can't see any rain, so it's definitely some ERS problems. He's got DRS. He's got 10% because his lights have stopped flashing.
Neil, though, he's got a bit of fuel. He's low on fuel. His fuel light's on yellow.
Yeah, got the telemetry data on.
He must have underfueled.
He was hoping for a safety car, and my bet that's why he went so long and lost them positions in the pits.
He's still passing Invader because he's jumped into the pits. He's had enough of the yards and he needs a wing change.
Yeah, it's probably best for Invader to get off the hards. He's still... I think James is going to jump him in the pits as well. So he's going to... No, you might not. Yeah, it looks like he's going to lose.
22 laps left.
James
This
just...
is such a long race. Oh my...
That's why I didn't want to do comms on my own. If you're enjoying our commentary, don't forget subscribe, leave a like. Oh, Sanchez, very loose coming out of that chicane.
Loosey goosey.
Something you don't want to have, especially around Monaco.
I don't think you want a loosey goosey anywhere, let alone Monaco.
Well, sometimes it's just great to be loose, you know, especially if you need a really active front end. But obviously coming off a curb and being loose is not what you want. Very easy to lose it and hard to save.
It's always good to have a big rear end, big on the rear end, that's what you gotta run.
You're telling me you run 11 rear wing every race?
Moving on. Anyway.
Right,
Why
fair
do you think
enough.
I'm always so far back?
You need to experiment, mate. You need to experiment.
What I do?
Well, no, I don't want to know what you experiment with. Invader on the back of James. They're a lot of minutes down. I say minutes. I don't think they're a minute down. What's the gap to the leader? 47
Too
seconds.
big.
47 seconds down.
Who's that? Is that Mosh? He's got no end plate.
So Mosh is going to be pitting this lap.
He's got no end plate.
Question is Pete going to catch him before the pits, and is Mosh going to let him pass before the pits? Or is Mosh going to slow Pete down? Pete is going to hope...
previously teammates. Now they're bitter rivals.
Well, I wouldn't say bitter. I wouldn't put it past. Pete is trying to move. Pete collides with Mosh slightly. It's going to slow Pete down. Poor Mosh was just trying to get into the pits, and his rival has made him lose even more time. Ken has messed up coming into the tunnel section. He's messed up.
Neil's on his cheeks now, Jesus.
Neil now trying to get that McLaren up into the top two. He's still got a big gap to close, but there's still a lot of laps left to complete beforehand.
Jesus.
Bless you. That was...
I was coughing.
Nah, I know coughing. Now I know cough, mate. That was like The Exorcist or something. Invader.
What? Mine was like The Exorcist. Okay.
Invader now really close behind the chuff of James. He's in
The
310s. Not gonna be able to. He is up the chuff, mate. James, did James mess up there, or has he just let Invader pass? As Invader was looking quite quick, and James is on the hard, so Invader probably was a lot quicker than James.
Neil not managing to get close enough to make a move on Kenner. Mosh is up though. James is round.
James has lost another front wing. Is he going to retire from this race in the pits, or is he just going to change and go back onto a set of mediums? Obviously mediums probably be the ideal tyre just to get to the end and build now up to P8. Still with a time penalty though, you can't forget about them time penalties.
And Neil's still got that fuel to watch.
He's going to want to start lifting and coasting into the harder parts of the track just to make them a little bit easier.
Sanchez though.
Sanchez currently with a 3-second gap, no time penalties. Sanchez is looking good for a win. He hasn't had one for a while, and he could get one tonight. Let's hope we don't jinx it with the commentator's curse, but Sanchez is looking strong for it tonight. And that we don't really have any battling on track at the minute, so since we don't, should we talk about the standings?
Sure, let me pull them up.
Right, we'll talk about the tier 2 standings. We've got a chat in the
James is currently our championship leader. Then it goes to Invader, Neil, Mank, Red Devil.
So obviously
Kenna,
Mank,
Sanchez, Liam.
Liam.
Oh, it's all pretty close.
It is pretty close. Obviously, Liam is excluded in the standings now as he rage quitted the league after. Well, I sent a message in the instant report asking for his point of view, and then he left the league. So.
Well, I'm actually in another league with him, and I raced him last night, I believe.
It's nice for him to know that he's not rage quitting other leagues, but I don't understand why, but he did. But James, currently P9.
So, in the current positions, Sanchez will move what?
Sanchez will get 25 points, so he'll move up to P5.
88 he'll be on, yeah.
So Mank will just keep P4. Kenna might move up to P5 if he can get enough points.
Neil would take the championship. Would he? No, he wouldn't. He would move up to P2.
Neil obviously looking very safe, moving up to P2 in the standings if things stay as it is. Obviously, how's it? Let's have a look at the constructors at the minute.
Constructors, McLaren are far clear.
Oh,
Haas second, so Alpha Tauri, Sanchez is pulling in for Alpha Tauri here. Aston Martin, we've got no Aston Martin drivers tonight, so they won't be scoring. Mercedes though, if these two can both finish in the top 5, that'll be some good points. At the moment they've got 28 points between them, which will no, it won't. Yes, it will. It will. It will put them in, above Aston Martin.
well, they got 28 points each.
No, together.
Yeah, that's what
at the
I meant.
moment. Yeah.
So,
Ferrari, Mosh is flying the flag for them. We got no Red Bull drivers, no Williams drivers. We got the Alpine of Calgon.
If Pete can keep that Merc in the top 5 for his first time back in the league as a full-time driver in, I think, around a season, or no, 2 seasons actually.
Yep.
He's been a reserve for 2 seasons, hasn't been racing full-time. Now is full-time again.
Should I give him his? I'll give him his permission back then.
Say again?
Stuff. It's tier 2. No one's given it back yet, so he was still a reserve driver.
Yeah, you might need to give him his thing back then.
Yeah, well, I've done. Now he's an official tier 2 full time now again.
Obviously, he is replacing Broccolilli. Obviously, yep. Broccolilli still in the league. He's just dropped down to reserve because he's focusing on his school stuff and that. Obviously,
probably
being
what I should be doing, but
well, not really, because we race in the night in the UK. You're in the UK, so you got plenty of time for that and revising. Brock is in school, but he lives in Australia, so he's racing with us at 6 o'clock in the morning, then go to school. So he's waking up super early. So I don't blame him for dropping. Huh?
I'd love that. And that's a great way to start your morning.
Not if you lose.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We got a yellow flag somewhere in sector 3.
Once again,
he had Super Calgon ahead of him as well. So James
making 3 stops now.
James going on to the softs. which are around 12 laps lifespan, maybe a bit more. He's going to be scraping them tyres at the end. He's going to hope they don't fall off.
Mosher's going to be praying for a safety car because he and Sanchez both have no penalties at all. Everyone else on the grid has at least 3 seconds. Invader being the only one with more than 3 seconds, he's got 9 seconds. So if there is a safety car and Mosher can stay with the front 5, he's gonna be promoted to P2. But
he's
at the moment, Sanchez looking so comfortable, he could take a cup of tea.
Sanchez, no penalties and a 3-second gap, extended to 6 due to the penalties. He's looking comfortable for this win. Yeah, you're right. He's on
Who's
14.
that round? That's unbuild round.
Obviously, unbuilds.
Into the pits for a wing change.
He's coming off them hard. He's only been on them for 5 laps. He's going to have to pit again. I don't think he's going to lose the position to James. I think he will keep P8, but it's going to be close. And we might see some battling again in this race as these two close up.
I'm not sure if we will. Let's go to... Unbuild is coming out now. James... Actually, no, James will get him.
Just about. It's going to be close. Oh, Unbuild going over the yellow line there. That's going to be a warning. Let's hope he doesn't have to...
fighting for position, so we might actually see a battle.
Unbuild's just going to keep up with him on the mediums. James already used these tyres in qualifying, I believe, because it says he's on a lap old softs, which it shouldn't really say that. It should say 0. So he has used these tyres before in qualifying, so they kind of rub it in, kind of. Yeah, he's pulled away 3 seconds from Unbuild already. He's got the clear tyre advantage. We won't see them battling anytime soon. I don't think we're going to see any battling from now until the end.
Probably not. We've got 12 laps of waffling to do.
We've managed to do it this long, so... Neil, falling back from Kenner. Obviously, he was around a second trying to close up from Kenner. He's now 3 seconds back. He's also got that 3-second time penalty to deal with.
Speak about the Miami race in real life.
Apologies. Jim wants us to speak. Jim wants
to do all of this.
Yeah, we get to do all of this for 39 laps at 8:30. All
over again.
Jim has wanted us to speak about Miami. So, what are you expecting from Miami? The track, I've seen a few videos online. It's got a very long ass straight.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty cool track actually. It looks pretty decent.
Looks cool. I've seen the surroundings at least, and it's looking alright.
I like the bit where it goes like under the overpasses on the motorway and stuff.
Yeah.
See, if I was there, I'd just park at the illegally park on the overpass just to watch a race.
Exactly.
But
it could be interesting though. Obviously with the heat from Miami.
Yeah,
tyre wear's gonna be a play. Track temperature's gonna be up.
Well, it depends. Depends on the weather in Florida of the day.
I'll check actually. Let me check.
Yeah, you check.
What date are they racing?
This week.
Is it May or April still?
Oh. Okay. So today there's currently storms. Saturday thunder.
About same temp as Jeddah.
You've probably got some dodgy weather to know.
So currently the forecast for Miami, Florida is 29 degrees on Friday, so FP1, FP2. Is there a sprint qualifying weekend, or is it just a normal qualifying?
I believe it's just normal.
Right, well, so it's going to be an interesting race as well, because we got thunder showers and moderate breeze, 29 degrees on Friday. Saturday is the same, but 30 degrees, and the Sunday is exactly the same. So they got thunder while racing. Do they normally race in thunder? I think they do, yeah. But it's forecasted thunder all weekend. So there's no precipitation reported. So it doesn't look like it's going to be any rain. There's only a 30% chance of rain. So it's going to be... So there's still a small chance of rain at Miami. There's going to be thunder and lightning though, so...
So, at the moment what I'm seeing is on the Friday it's looking partly sunny with a 30 degrees Celsius. With an 11% chance of precipitation. Saturday's looking 31 degrees, rather cloudy and warm. Oh no, I think I might be looking at the wrong weekend. I'm not. That's right.
What are you looking on for the weather?
I don't know, bruv. Oh no, I was looking at the wrong weekend, I believe.
You are
32 degrees with cloud. Let me be your weatherman for a second. In Miami on the Sunday race day, we've got 32 degrees Celsius. Thunderstorm on the surrounding areas. But it's gonna be sunny with a bit of cloud. Possible appearance from the thunderstorm, we never know. Monday, the 9th. Oh, we're not there on the Monday 9th, we don't care about that. Anyway. On the Saturday, yeah, again, cloudy and warm.
So it's gonna be a tough
Just
race.
like your bathroom. Cloudy and warm.
Why is your bathroom cloudy?
Some questions are better left unanswered.
What are you doing, pissing in the bath or something?
What
Giving
have
us
you been drinking if your pee is that cloudy?
I don't know, it's possible though. Right, so it's going to be an interesting race for the real F1 on the weekend. Let's get off that bath topic. As there's a possible chance of thunderstorms, which is going to spice... Which means there's quite a good chance of rain if there's thunderstorms in the surrounding area. It could be even showers, so it could be a case of starting intermediates, going to wet or dry tyres, or starting dry, going to intermediates towards halfway through the race or something. I'm not sure how many laps there are of the Miami circuit tomorrow. CDM, can you have a look?
Indeed. What days? The circuit length is 6.1 kilometers, 50 laps.
So there's
that's Jeddah. Ignore me. 57.
How can you mix up Jeddah and Miami?
Nah, I searched up how many laps the race would be. It come up with the number for Jeddah, and I was like, oh. And then I clicked the little thing underneath. It says 57 laps, consisting of a 5.303 kilometer circuit. The lap will take place at Miami International Autodrome. The race coverage starts on 6th of May, with practice sessions followed by qualifying fixtures on Saturday. The final race will be on Sunday the 8th.
As James gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple track limit warnings.
Forgot we were racing.
Mosh has dove into the pits. He's fitted some fresh softs that could play advantage if he sees a safety car in the closing laps of the race.
Probably going for fastest lap.
He could be going for the fastest lap as well. Obviously, that gives you an extra point. He's currently sitting on... he's sitting on... 6... 8? 8 points.
Quick side note, quickly. It's going to be quite an early race. With practice session 1 starting at 6:30 to 7:30 in the morning for us Brits. Practice session 2 is 10 to 11. Practice session 3 on the Saturday, 7 to 8. Qualifying starts at 10. And then the Miami, obviously it's Miami. The race starts at 9:30.
I think you've got that wrong.
Well, that's either Miami times or UK times, so one of them.
The UK times, P1, 7:30.
That's, yeah, 6:30 to 7:30. Come on,
Not
bro.
in the morning.
When? At night?
At night.
Well, it doesn't say AM or PM, I just guessed.
Does it say
Alright.
1930?
They use 12-hour clocks. You know how the Americans are. They're not as smart as us.
You've just offended our American fan base, if we have any. Yeah, so practice 1, 1930, 22:30 for P2, P3, 1800, so that's 6 o'clock. Qualifying is at 9 o'clock, and the race starts at 8:30 all evening, and that's in UK time. For all you UK viewers that are interested for when the schedule is for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
And just in case, you may as well check yourself, because we could be chatting out of the clouds for you guys there.
No, I was checking the official race calendar, so I'm not chatting.
You.
Just because I'm Welsh, man, right? There's no need to abuse the culture.
There's always a reason to abuse the culture.
As we go back onto Monaco right now, Sanchez has closed in. No, Kenna has closed in within a second. He is now 2 seconds behind, not 3 seconds. So he's pushing a little bit harder, trying to get back onto the back of that AlphaTauri. He's going to want to get past in the next couple of laps. So he's got, well, even if he gets past, he's got to gain 3 seconds on that AlphaTauri to win this race. He might just have to stick with the podium. Neil has fallen massively away from Kenna, so it looks like he's struggling a bit with these tyres. Obviously, they've been on the car for 19 laps. He's gonna just. I think he's just gonna keep it calm and just sit there and be happy with third.
What else can you do in life? You just gotta be happy.
You could be depressed, mate. You could be depressed. If you are depressed, I suggest seeking help.
Reach out to any of our support teams.
Speaking of reaching,
anyway.
Speaking of reaching out to us, if you guys are enjoying the racing, I want to get involved yourself. Our Discord link is in the About section of our YouTube channel. Click that, and we'll get you signed up and trialed, and put you in a seat for the next race. We will be having a break at the end of the season for the release of F1 22, as it's now called, not F1 2022. It's going to be an interesting game, that one, with the new F1 Life.
EA Sports have had a go at that. They've removed the 20 part, they've just put the 22, like they do with the FIFA.
Yeah, so, and they've added F1 Life, which involves... you could buy supercars and race them, do like a hot laps kind of thing with them, which we got a glimpse of as well, of the footage that they showed around Miami. At the end, there was a McLaren P1 going around the Miami circuit in that.
A McLaren P1, was it?
It was either a McLaren P1 or it was a 560.
It looked like a 600 LT or a 720.
It could even be that. But it was definitely not an F1 car.
You should know your McLarens, come on.
Why should I know my McLarens?
Because
it was
you're just a McLaren man.
I believe.
You are McLaren, like you suit McLaren.
It was...
When I think of McLaren and the great, and I think of you.
Fair enough. McLaren, you heard that? Yeah. I should be signed up to your esports team. Hint, hint. I'll even just play Rocket League for your esports team if you want, like, but Mitch has invited the group to a game session, so Mitch has opened a lobby already for the Tier 1 race. If you want to know and stick around for the Tier 1 race, it won't be on our YouTube channel. It will be on Pete W's channel. I'm not sure of the link. Maybe CDM can do a madness and grab the link.
What, of his channel? Indeed.
Yeah, send it to me on Discord, and then I can put it in the comment section. Currently there's Pete has just grabbed himself a 3-second time penalty for track limits. So that has now put Pete with 6 seconds. I thought he was clear of penalties, but Pete's now got 6 seconds. If we look at the fastest lap, it is Sanchez currently as well. So he looks like he's on for 25 points plus 1. Unless anyone can claim that fastest lap off him. I'm looking at Unbuild on the new softs. It's looking unlikely at the minute though. Let's have a look at the pit stops. The top 5 have made 1 stop, and obviously more. James with 5 stops this race.
There you are.
You have sent it to me. Fantastic. I'm trying to look for something. So Sanchez has gained 2 positions this race. Kenner hasn't gained any. Neil Morza has dropped 2 positions. Super Calgon's up 1. Pistol Racing is up 3. Invader up 6. Mosh. Invader's not up 6, sorry. Invader hasn't gained any or lost any. Same with Mosh, hasn't gained or lost any. James has dropped 4 positions this race, and Unbuild has also not moved up or down the field. We are currently on the penultimate lap. The final lap coming next time around. So Sanchez looks dead set on finishing this race in the lead.
Surely, if he makes no mistakes, he's got this in the bag.
That is true. If you just want to waffle for a bit, I'm gonna.
That's my speciality. Waffling until my jaw drops off. Anyway, Mosher not able to put those soft tyres to use. He's not gained as much as he would hope. He's not going to gain that position on, I believe it's Invader again. He's still, what was that, 24 seconds back from Invader, so not as close as he would like. Jim also confirming that you are completely stupid, Kieran. He agrees with me, 720.
Shut up, mate.
Anyway. Unbuild 14 seconds of penalties, James 6, Invader with 9, Pistol with 6, Calgon with 6,
Tire 1 race will be shown on Pistol Racing's channel.
Sanchez and Mosh are still the only 2 without penalties. Them 2, well done lads, just for keeping it clean. Again, on the final lap. Final time for most of these guys. Lap 39 out of 39, Monaco. The toughest circuit on the calendar. Sanchez, he's drove pretty much a picture perfect race.
He couldn't have drove any better than he has. He's going to come around the penultimate corner and now the final corner. He has won this race on track. He gets P1. The fireworks are for you, Sanchez. Kenner comes home in P2. Neil Morza looks like, well, Neil Morza's still in Sector 3 at the minute, coming around the penultimate corners now. And he will be on the final corner now. Mosh and Unbuild, and I'm assuming James as well, have finished the race already due to being lapped and crossing the line at a certain time. But now Neil Morza has come home in 3rd, so that is your top 3. Super Calgon in P4.
Yeah. This man though in P5, he's kept it in P5 for his first race back as a full-time Tier 2 driver. He's going to get that lovely 10 points, which is going to help Mercedes on their championship.
He's
the Constructor Championship.
Started 2.5 laps short of fuel. Emoji man face palming.
Pete. Well done, bud.
So Neil
P6 Invader, yeah.
Neil actually started 2.5 laps short of fuel, so he definitely was expecting a safety car. Sadly, that didn't work out for him, as so that's how the gap formed to about 13 seconds, because he had a fuel save, otherwise he wasn't finishing the race. Unfortunately for him, the safety car did not happen. So it's a great race from our top 3. Also, Pete pulled out a great performance out of the bag as well on his first race back in OBF1. Getting 10 points for Mercedes, and obviously his teammate in P2. It's a great haul of points there for Mercedes. James sadly couldn't bring much points back for the McLaren team, but he still got points in the end. The only one not getting points was Truck, who DNF'd in the pit lane. So that is your final standing order. That is it from us. We'll see you guys. Well, I'll be on track if you want to, and CDM will be on track if you want to watch the Tier 1 race. It is
Not
in
for
our
long, I won't be.
It is in our comment section right now, the link to the YouTube channel where it will be shown. But for now, I'll see you guys next week at... Where is it next week?
I believe it is Italy, Monza.
Italy. We're at Monza next week. So there definitely will be a little bit more battling on track.
Yeah.
Be excited.
Probably more people as well.
Probably more people as well. Hopefully the full grid turn up next week with some miracle. But we'll see you guys then in a bit.